Welcome back to Amanda's Mindset. As always, I'm your host, Amanda Russo, and I am here today with a very special guest. I am here today with Chelsea Davis, and she is a 6-year experienced recruiter, career coach, resume writer, and job seeker advocate. And she is going to unveil recruiter secrets to getting jobs in fields you guys don't have experience in, and more job secrets from Chelsea today. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, Amanda. I'm excited. You look fabulous today.
Thank you. So do you, in all your pink.
Thank you. That is my signature. I thought about actually changing my name to like Pink Career Coach or something because I have pink everywhere. So, but I won't do that. It might be too much. So,
okay. Have you always loved pink?
Girl, absolutely. So I'm a twin, and my parents used to dress us up in pink and purple. Pink's still my favorite color. Purple is not hers. Hers is mint. So it's great. So, but yes, absolutely. So, yeah.
So you're a twin. Okay. So how was that growing up with a twin sister?
Okay, we hated each other. 1,000%. Couldn't stand each other. She's beat my ass a million times because I talk shit. But that's okay. Now we love each other. Obsessed. Probably 10 times a day FaceTime. So, but yeah. So, but she's a recruiter.
How did that evolve? How did your relationship
get better, kind of? And
yeah,
after we saw that, like, people ain't shit and everybody just leaves. So, yeah. So, yeah. But we're a lot closer now, so it's nice.
Do you have any other siblings?
I'm one of 5. Yeah. So, but I just talked to my older brother and my older sister, really. So, baby brother's MIA. Just a little bit, but that's okay. So,
I'd love if you could get into a little bit about your background, like where you grew up, upbringing, anything you want to share with it.
A lot of it actually brought me to where I am today with my business. So everybody has trauma, though. I grew up in Florida, and my dad is military, and he was very strict, very much hustle, like get your shit done, get a job, do what you have to do, get a job. We always had to have a job. So, but yeah, so growing up, very funny. Never knew I had ADHD or anything else. And it kind of explained my job hopping because I'm not joking you. I've had 21 jobs before I started recruiting. So I always needed 2 or 3 jobs at a time to make sure I pay my bills because my parents were not the kind that would just dish out money if you needed something. So I've always had several jobs at a time. But then actually my twin sister was doing recruiting first. She got me into recruiting by changing my resume up, doing what I have to do, what she had to do to help me get a job. And she did. So yeah, it's weird how every job that I've had, not any of my service industry jobs, but any of my office type jobs, all had something that I learned that I use today in my business. So, and then of course the job hopping / bunch of jobs that I've had, I just learned how to do interviews over and figure out what I had to do just to make sure I had my money. Didn't have to do nothing crazy. So, but yeah, that's kind of how I got started with recruiting. I think I don't know if I answered that question. With recruiting, so I started 2017, end of 2017. My sister and I were on the manufacturing service type of industry company, and that started me out. It was staffing, then recruiting. Typically, there's 3 different types of recruiting: RPO, staffing, and corporate. I went into, if I'm not mistaken, at RPO, where there's one big company that pays you, but then you work on several contracts that they have signed with a client. So I was able to work in IT, tech, manufacturing, pharma, crop science, aerospace. So that's kind of how I was able to dip my feet into several different fields. So I know the background. I know what's going on that they don't want you to know. So, and I was like, period, I'm going to spill all of it. So that's my jam too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now you said your sister was in and she helped you update your resume.
Yep. So I was actually, at the time, I was in optical. So I was a optometric technician and an ophthalmic tech. So I helped the eye doctors that did LASIK and cataract surgery, and then I helped the eye doctors that did glasses and stuff and contacts. So yeah, we basically, same thing. People talk about tailoring your resume nowadays. Same thing back then. She just only spoke about the things that I did within those roles that could have been recruiting related. So instead of saying, oh, well, I help people put their contacts on, or I help people buy glasses, or whatever, she didn't mention those because they're not necessary. So that's kind of how I was able to get that on my resume to get myself in the door. And that's what we need to do nowadays, is just get ourselves in the door. It's hard. The market's a mess, and people are just gatekeeping and telling you all kinds of stuff that is not necessary right now. I've seen a lot of coaches and resume writers, oh, you need to show your value in your resume. You need to do this, that, and the other. Okay, well, my value is not going to be shown in 3-4 paragraphs on a piece of paper. That's like saying a eulogy for someone you love that passed away and saying that tiny few paragraphs or things about that person shows you everything you need to know about them and how amazing they were. It doesn't. It's a few paragraphs. You'll never know unless you knew them. So that's the same thing with resumes. You'll never know how good someone is candidate-wise until you actually talk to them. So my method is to get your ass in the door. That's it.
That's very interesting to me that you compared somebody's eulogy to a resume.
It's one of the things that makes people understand it, because you can never, resumes are stupid, number fucking one. They are so stupid to me. So are cover letters, all of it. Just give me a job, first of all. I didn't ask to be here. I really didn't. This place is ghetto. Leave me alone. I just literally am trying to pay these bills that I didn't ask to have. So, girl, I'm not wrong. So, wow, you're good. No, you're good because it's true. Bitch, I didn't ask for all this. I did not ask to be here. Just give me the job so I can pay my bills and go home. There's no more, there's no enjoying your job really anymore. Actually, okay, that's a lie. I love what I do. 1,000% best job I've ever had is what I do now, and having my own business. But nobody loves their job anymore. I don't know anybody that does unless they have their own business. So why are we trying to push that? Like, oh, well, you need to love the job you're trying to get and you need to show passion. Bitch, no, I don't care. So, but right, it's a shit show out here and nobody really wants to do all this. So we're doing it because we have to. Don't get it twisted. So, but yeah. So, but I'm just saying.
Don't get it twisted.
Right,
Okay.
right. So, and that is kind of my attitude towards this is just, again, doing what you have to do, the finessing, like I was saying, to get in the door. If you have to change your name, which a lot of Black and brown might never get discriminated against when it comes to their resumes and interviews, and I've seen it firsthand. I've watched hiring managers and recruiters discriminate just based off your name alone. So I will tell my clients to change their name if they have to. So, and they do end up seeing a significant change in interviews and reach outs and stuff, which is sad, but that's where we are. So, but yeah. So that's where we are. There's nothing we can do about it except play the game.
It's true. Now, I want to backtrack just a little bit, but you mentioned you were in optical and your sister helped you tailor your resume to get into recruiting. what made you decide then was when you wanted to leave optical and get into recruiting full time?
Oh, just wanted to work from home. That was it. Nothing special. Yeah. So, and she had, what's it called? I think she said something. I think it was her team was hiring or something. I don't know. But it wasn't nothing special. It just was getting a job from home, and that's all I wanted. So it was a lot easier back then too, which really sounds crazy saying back then. That's not that long. 2017 and end of 2017, 2018, 2 years, not even 6 full years ago. But the market is changing and giving people whiplash. It changes every fucking day. So that is technically a long time ago, if that mindset makes sense.
So what was your first step in leaving optical? Transitioning to recruiting full time.
Say that again. You broke up a little bit.
What was your first step in leaving optical and transitioning to recruiting full time?
Well, just a resume. And then also kind of knowing a little bit about what I had to do. She kind of gave me, like, we did a lot of interview prepping. So I had to learn anything that was in the description or in the thing she did. We spoke about it, just freaking quiz the crap out of me so that I knew everything to speak to. And then if there was stuff I did not know, I would just go kind of do the research on it. And then once you get in the door, some companies will train you, not all of them. But some companies are already going to train you in 90 days or less. So why are you telling me I can't do the job even though I have a little bit of experience? It doesn't make any sense. So that's why I tell people you can get the job you want if you have a little bit of experience. Don't say you want to be a doctor. Can't be a doctor. But if you have a little bit of the experience in the field already.
No, you are. So you left optical and then you went to recruiting full time. And did you start working with your sister?
Yeah, I did. So she and I were on the same team. And then basically, actually, I kind of followed her. So we just, any job basically that she had, I would go with her. But then I think we stopped working in the same company probably 2021. But she got me into my second to last company, which actually I'll speak to that too. So actually, fast forwarding, I lied. So I was going to say I got let go from my favorite job / company. I mean, same job, but it was recruiting for people in pharma that were making the ingredients that go into some of prescriptions and stuff like that. So I love that company. They were very good to us. They had amazing PTO benefits, all the above. But they did a mass layoff. Everybody's doing a friggin' layoff right now, obviously. And also it's for no reason, and I'll go back to that too. But anyway, I got let go in end of February last year. March 1st was my last day. Mass layoff. My whole team got let go. And it was literally the day before or after that they let me know that me and my fiance went under contract on our first house. So that was terrible. So for the entire month of March, till we closed on our house, which was like April 4th, 5th, 6th, I don't know, I was going ham applying to jobs. Got to another job, thought it was amazing, more pay, whatever. Then got hella racist situation, got into a lot of racist situations from hiring managers and to no fault of my own, and then got let go again. So I got let go twice last year. Miserable. Absolutely miserable. So it's such a gross feeling too. Have you actually been let go before or? Yeah.
Yep. Yes, I have.
It's such it's depressing. It's like grieving, like an actual loss kind of thing.
No, it is. It is. Yeah. It was so unexpected for me to see it coming at all. Did you?
What?
Either time?
Well, listen, I don't let go from them. bunch of gaps before, but not in recruiting, not until then. So the mass layoff, that one was a surprise. The last one that I had at GE Aerospace was not a surprise. I saw it coming. I was having panic attacks every day. Every day. I wish I was joking. But it's nasty when you have hiring managers that are not only trying to micromanage you, tell you how to do your job when you've been recruiting for 6 years, but then also not having a manager to back you up when you know that what's going on is racism. I literally got in trouble for having too big of a space in an email. I wish I was joking. I have the screenshots. Insane. I wish I was joking. The hiring managers, literally, it's 2 weeks in. I've literally 2 weeks in, never met these ladies before. I get on a call and they are telling me that they told my boss that I looked unprofessional and I sounded unprofessional. Bitch, I could get unprofessional if you want me to try it. And I wasn't. So it was miserable. And it really took a toll. And there's a lot of people kind of going through that. Sorry, I know I'm talking a lot, by the way. So feel free to interrupt me. Sorry.
No, you're fine. I was listening to you. I do. So do you have any suggestions for any listeners whether it was a recent thing or maybe it's been a while, or maybe even if somebody hears this down the line and they find themselves getting laid off from work, what would you suggest be the first step that they take?
Fucking cry. Just cry. It's okay. It sucks so fucking bad. Cry, scream, do something that's not related to the job. Because if you go in right off the bat, struggling, upset, depressed, everything, yes, you're going to be semi-upset throughout this process. But if you don't just let that out right at the beginning before you get started, it's just going to kill you. So that's first. Second, then start getting your resume updated. If you don't have the means to get a resume writer or a career coach, AI is okay. Okay, AI is okay if you know how to prompt. Literally go on YouTube or watch a few good TikToks on how to make sure that you are not showing the signs of AI. There's a bunch of words you all know that are literally AI. You get those emails and it says, I hope this email finds you well when you try to do those emails. So I don't mind it if you don't have the means for any of it. Just go back, check your stuff, make sure it doesn't sound crazy. Don't use resume, what's it called? Resume, what is it? Don't use resume templates. I say literally just write it out. That's it. It sounds crazy. Or just, you could look at a template and just make sure the structure looks the same. Skills, job, experience, education. That's it. But do not copy that template. The templates that are in Microsoft, the ones you see online, ones you see from some of these coaches that are trying to sell it for like $50, $60, those ones are ones that can get rejected easily. And I'll speak to that too. So just get on Microsoft, get on Google Docs, create it, go through everything, make sure that it doesn't look too crazy, and then go ahead and get started in your search. And make sure you have a LinkedIn profile. I cannot stress that enough.
Why would they get rejected? Because it's a resume template.
So the resume templates have, which is so crazy that people don't know, a lot of them have either lines or symbols or shapes or whatever it is, or a header and a footer, which you should absolutely not have. All of those things cannot be parsed through. So that's like your very first rejection. So there's 3 things. So first thing is, actually I lied. No, I didn't. First thing is those preliminary questions like, hey, how many years experience, whatever, like you see on LinkedIn. Listen, say fucking yes to all of them. Say yes. That way you can get your foot in the door. If you can just do that and then send your resume in, it'll at least get to a human. And if you can get to a human, then at least you can tell them more about yourself. Or even if they see and read your resume and they're like, oh, nope, you don't have any of that experience that I need, then they could be like, oh, they may be better for this position I have open. So just say yes to those. But your shapes, symbols, headers, footers, whatever, they are actually, the system cannot scan them. So it's just looking for words. It doesn't want nothing crazy. And having all those on templates and stuff are just one of the biggest things that people don't realize are getting them rejected. So, and then the next is your qualification. So don't use a template. Just pay attention to what it needs you to have information-wise. That's it, though. So, yeah, fun fact of the day. So, and ATS systems are nothing new. That is the frustrating part. ATS systems have been used for years. I couldn't tell you how long, but the same ATS systems I've used 6, 7 years ago, 10 years ago for my sister are the same shit that they're doing today. There's no special AI thing that they're doing. They are not scoring your resume. It's literally the job description says 6 years, so your resume needs to say 6 years. Even if you don't have 6 years, bitch, put it on. What is 4 years gonna make if you don't have 6 years and you have 4 years? What is those 2 years gonna do? Not a fucking thing. You're not learning anything extra unless it's management. So don't worry about it. Put 6. Just, again, don't say you're a doctor. So, but yeah. So the templates are a no-go from me.
So you think people should be saying if the job 5 years of experience and they have 2 years experience, they should still be saying?
Depends. So if you genuinely can go through that list, so yes and no. So if you can genuinely go through that job description and you're like, bitch, I swear I can do all of that, and you can prove it in the way you speak and you have some examples, sure, go off, queen. I've done it before. And I know a lot of people who have it too, and it works. Because what are they going to do? They're not arresting you. Nobody's going to do anything about it. Bitch, you lied. Okay. So fire me, bitch. I'll find another job. Thanks. Next. It's okay. And they won't find that out until your background check anyways. But the hiring manager does not know that information. All the hiring manager sees typically, because I know I'm going to have people come for me about it, typically the hiring manager sees if you are who you say you are and if you're a criminal or not, typically. Then your background check's done by a third party.
You feel that?
What'd you say?
Do you hear that?
What'd you say?
Do you hear that?
No, I can't hear it.
That like.
No, but you cut out a few times.
I'm hearing.
Can you hear me?
You.
What? Oh, okay. No, I hear you, but it is definitely very.
Hear me?
What is it called?
Hey guys, we're back. Had a little technical difficulty, but we are back and we're zooming where we were. And now I want to transition a little bit. So I'm wondering, how important would you say it is for job seekers to tailor their resumes to catch a specific job application? And what would you say are some key elements for them to focus on?
Vital. Chances are you may or may not be seen if you're not tailoring your resume. So we are not doing any more, oh, well, they're jack of all trades. They can, do this. They can do that. They have, a million different skills in this field, but also in this one. Sadly, it's not like we're not really doing that anymore. Now it is, we're changing our job titles and we're only speaking to, in those job titles, responsibilities that are similar to what you are trying to get. So say you are doing account management and you have been in HR or vice versa. You're only going to talk to anything you've done within your HR roles that has been managing any type of accounts. And then we're change the job title, genuinely change your job title. So if you were the HR manager and now you're doing account management, put account management, because that technically is account management. That is what it is. So if you see that in the job description, you put that one and then a variation of that. So by a variation of that, account executive could be account specialist or account manager, whatever. As long as it's in that kind of like bubble, same job, different titles, but same title. So yeah.
Okay. And how would you suggest they go about changing the titles in the description? If it's a first time looking to change it to alter it, how do you suggest they do it? Figure out.
So, okay. Yeah. So I like to kind of just go through. I'd say it's a different method that I do as a coach because I don't want people to have to go in depth the way I do. But your best bet is to make sure, again, you're going to find a job that is similar to things that you've done before. And then you're going to look through a few different jobs/job titles to see which one resonates the closest to you and what you've done before. And then that job title and then any variation of that specific one is going to be the one that you're tailoring your resume to and transitioning into. So it's all about kind of like doing that research, and you have to niche down. You have to pick one. You can't be like, again, 2 jobs that have account executive experience and then 2 HR. Nope. All has to be one, which is, again, crazy because I'm not dedicating my life to one job. That's crazy. But to at least just get your foot in the door. That's how we're tailoring. And that's how we are helping to see that we know how to do that work. Did that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay.
So would you say if there's someone who's unsure of exactly what type of job they want to do, maybe they have 2 or 3 jobs in mind, should they be tailoring the resume each time they are applying to each type of job?
No. So here's what I'd say. So you need to sit down, think about which one you are genuinely like the best at as far as, again, your skills, responsibility, and your past. Focus on that one for a hot minute. Then if you really aren't getting any fish, then try those other 2. But again, you should not have 3 different types. They want to see like, oh, like she's been working at this job at this kind of, or in this kind of field, in this industry, whatever, for a long time. But obviously not too long because there's age discrimination, which is stupid too. But yeah, because also your LinkedIn kind of needs to match as well. So we don't want to have to keep going back and forth. So you're going to have a resume with that specific job, with the skills that are necessary for that job, and stick to that for a minute. And again, if you're not catching fish, change it. Then we'll start on another route. But it's taking people minimum 2-3 weeks-ish to get any type of response. If you're doing like the methods that I always suggest, 2 to 3 weeks to at least get either rejection or whatever from just one company alone. So even though you're not hearing from all 5,000 that you did, from at least one company alone in and of itself, it's going to take probably 2-3 weeks, maybe 4. Yeah, it's a lot. And it's very annoying and tedious, but I think it's just because of how competitive it is right now.
Why would you say it's so competitive right now?
Girl, there are I don't know if I have where we go, 6.3, 6.5 million people unemployed as of January this year. Everybody's looking for a job. Everybody got let go. So we're just fucking trying to pay bills. So people are applying to apply. Some people may slip in through the cracks and just get that, but probably not. That's why a lot of people see rejection. So it's a nightmare out here, and just we have to do whatever possible so we can fight the rest of the sharks and get ourselves in. So, but yeah, that's what I'd say.
Okay. And now, what would you say are some of the red flags that you look for when reviewing somebody's resume or LinkedIn?
So resume alone, I am looking first for your format, of course, like the shapes and fonts and whatever, like I was saying. I look to see if you have any way of discrimination, of course. Sorry. Your name, if you have your graduation dates, absolutely not. Take it off. If you have, funky, like your words are kind of all over the place and you're not actually like telling them, okay, here's what I did, here's the task and project, whatever, and here's the money I made the company. Because that's ultimately what they want to see on your resume is how much money you made the company. That's corporate for you. So I look for that. And then I look for length. Shouldn't have more than 2 pages. Unless you, actually, no, there's just no reason. A recruiter average, they are reading your resume max 6 to 13 seconds. That's it. So you got 6 to 13 seconds to get your shit in front of their face that they need to know and that they're looking for the hiring manager. And then that's it. So it's all just got to be there, concise, quick, the skills they want, bam. Also, your education doesn't really matter anymore either. So I was reading recently, 4 out of 5 companies are starting to take out bachelor's degrees and degree requirements, period, in 2024. So don't fucking worry about it. Certifications, trade school, you'll be okay. Experience, skills, you'll be okay. You don't have to even have the certifications. You don't have to do that. Just depends on the job, though, too. So, but yeah.
Okay. And now you say they're looking at it for about 6 to 13 seconds. Mm-hmm. Is there a specific spot or section, per se, on the resume that they are looking more so at first or for this 6 to 13? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Your dates of employment, your job titles, and your skills. That's really it. So, and then I definitely forgot to answer your question about LinkedIn, but those are it. So that's the only things that are going to be genuinely important because honestly, sure, I as a recruiter need all of those 3, but the hiring manager needs to know the money and what you did to improve any processes in the company that you were in. So I don't care about, all those extra details of your sentences and executed this and did that. I don't care. So yeah. So then, but when it comes to your LinkedIn profile, first of all, don't worry about the connections, but you need to be connecting with people. Point blank period, you need to do it. LinkedIn profiles, you want a picture that is not a filter. You want a picture of yourself. You can use AI. That's fine. And you need to have a banner. You need to have a strong headline with your year's experience and your job titles. The LinkedIn's, though, are different nowadays. So they are trying to push us more towards making it what's it called? Like truly becoming a social media for professionals. So because of so many people being in the job market, there's more people on it. So they want to see like authenticity. So they don't want to see you copy and paste your shit from your resume in there. So we are making it more like a story, if that makes sense, and like confidence and stuff. So yeah. So that's kind of also, so yeah, what is that? But that is where we are with LinkedIn.
Okay. Would you say there is anything you say is a hard no that you definitely don't want to have on your LinkedIn?
Anything that is going to get you discriminated against, LGBTQ, LMNOP, Black, Brown, society, college, whatever's. I mean, it sucks because that is a part of who we are, 1000%. And you should never have to take away who you are for a job, ever. But that's where we are. If you want a job, sadly, unless you're applying to companies that are genuinely like that is what they do, and you're working in a Black and tech company or whatever, if that's what it genuinely is, sure. Corporate, no. You're trying to get some type of remote job, don't do it. Don't do it. Just take it off. It sucks.
Okay. And now, you mentioned LinkedIn is basically like the professional social media, which it is transitioning towards that. In your eyes, how would you say, or would you say, people should approach that social media differently than they approach other social media?
Yeah, don't post about your what's that? Don't post your political opinions and stuff on there. No, so it's more so just getting into, there's groups, there's networking events and stuff that you can go onto on LinkedIn if you just type it in the search bar. But you can go into groups according to your job or your field, industry, whatever, and just talk to people like you normally would. You're just, hey, yeah, you're right. I remember having something happen like that to me too. Or period, you are so right about that. You know, it's just people are thinking too hard into it. You don't have to be exactly formal like the way you do your resume and stuff, but you don't want to be obnoxious. I'm obnoxious because I will come after people. I sure do. Listen, there was the other day some stupid ass creator, and he said stuff about how, you know, if you work hard, then you'll get hired. If you what was it? He said all kinds of stupid shit, basically shitting on job seekers and saying America. So I'm like, bro, it's not like that. Nobody wants to work. Nobody wants to do this shit. Again, we're literally here because we don't have a choice. Fuck off. Shut up. Oh, we said no, don't lie on your resume. Make an actual cover letter. Bitch, don't do a cover letter. I mean, unless it's required. I just have basic templates because nobody reads them. I've never read one. Never read one. Never had a hiring manager be like, oh, I need their cover letter. Why? I said that too. I was like, why are you... I said that in my post. I said, job seekers do not care to write these cover letters for you because they are being asked to do them for every company. What is it for other than to stroke your company's ego or yours? What makes your company so special? Is it you? Because it's not. So,
Now, you said this to someone?
Yeah, bitch, I swear to God, I sure did. I did on LinkedIn. I told you I've been throwing hands. I don't care because it's these big wigs, these big like LinkedIn creators that try to say stuff and it discourages people and makes people think like, oh my God, like I'm not going to get a job because I'm not doing this or whatever. Not true. Fuck off, sir. Disrespectfully. It's my business now, so I can say what I want to say and I don't have to worry about my employer getting mad. So that is exactly what I like to do. I'm trying to see, where did it go? Yeah, he said, here's what I said, because he kept stop doing this. And I said to him, hey, Rob, you have some typos in your post, so I just wanted to help you. I told you, I'm spicy. I said, stop lying in job descriptions and be honest about those 50 different jobs that the employee will actually be doing that has maybe one actual task that's in the job title. I said, hence the 3 to 6 months time that you just said that someone spends at your company and your contradictory statement about falling for the exciting new opportunity. I said, Ella, wasn't that y'all's spiel too? Didn't you guys say you were this? Right, shut up. I said, stop expecting candidates to, like I said, stroke your company's ego or yours so that you can continue to be delusional in thinking your company actually has something people are interested in. Dumbass. Girl.
Why?
No, he didn't. He sure didn't.
Hear it over here. I am tears from laughter over here.
Because I hate it. I hate them. Stop saying this shit because nobody cares. Oh, he said something about you're making the company culture bad. And I said, your culture is already trash. People are already and have been leaving and will continue to until corporate people get their shit together. Your sales and your service bullshit, you're correct. We don't give a fuck at all. Right. Say something slick, stupid. I hate it. It's such a terrible feeling to see people, say this stuff to people that are losing their homes and losing their house. Losing just everything they have that means something to them. So don't fucking talk like that on a social media like this. So, yes, I'd be fighting. I'm dumb.
Period.
Yeah.
Period.
So, what are you going to say? I'm not wrong. Right. So, oh well.
That is fair.
Yes.
So now, is there anything you would say is a note to put on the resume?
Other than, I think I mentioned just the dates and anything that could cause the discrimination against name, your, what's it called? Your background, you should not be having your entire address on there. All you need is city, state, call it a day. Yeah, that's really all I'd say. I don't have very much other than those. Yeah. So
Now, in terms of skills for a resume, and experience, how far back of experience do you think?
10 years max. Unless you were like, I had a nurse who had 26 years. I'll say 15 plus. That's it. Because they'll know you have more experience when you have the interview. You put that on your application, you can just get rejected off that alone because you're either overqualified or under. So 15 plus years, or if need be, change it. Yeah.
Okay, but like, so in terms of like experience though, like job, like,
so go how far back you're saying, like years and stuff?
yeah.
I mean, the 10 to 15, but what is it? If it's a job that you had that you can say you had that has the experience or whatever that you're needing, bring that back up and take one out. And then change the dates. What are they going to say? Again, what are they going to say? Nothing. They can't say anything. So, does that make sense too?
Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So now, in terms of skills.
Oh, that one. Sorry, I forgot. Skills are, we're not doing soft skills. I hope you can communicate. I hope you have team building skills. I hope you can multitask. I hope you're organized by now. I don't care. I don't care about it. Hard skills are the ones that are like the systems and role specific skills. So like if you are an HR manager, do you have HR processes that you know are specific that you can't find in another HR job? Put it up there. Any methods or computer skills that you have that are for your job, all go up there. So those are the kinds of skills they're looking for. At least the recruiter is. Yeah.
Okay.
Did that answer that to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you say there's a certain amount that people don't want to have more than certain amount of skills?
No, just don't like it. They should be just at the top kind of thing and just separated by a few things. By like you see like not the bracket, I don't know what it's called, but they should just be separated and just be all up in like almost paragraph form in a way, but not listed because it's going to take up too much space in your resume. So be mindful.
And so it should go, if we're looking at the resume, it should be their name and
all
contacted. Okay. And then skills. Then experience.
Yep. Yeah. And then education. Call it a day.
Okay. And for experience, would you suggest they list with the title?
Well, just the one that I was saying earlier, just the ones that are changing them, relating them to what job you're trying to apply to. So do not put your current one unless it's one that is already on that job description.
We don't put your current what unless it's
current job title. The job title, if that job title is not on the job description, change it. If it does not say account executive and it is a HR job, you need to be changing that to HR on your resume. That title. My dog's Hot Mess Express. Sorry. Am I losing you?
No, I think I get what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah. It's not. And well, so it's I think it can be confusing and stressful and stuff for people, especially when they've already done 5 million other things to get their resume together. So I think that's the biggest thing that job seekers get scared of. So I think there was something, I was going to say something I didn't want to forget to say. 30 applications a week. Do not mass apply. Mass applying, you're already going out of the game or getting kicked out of the game because you are applying to jobs that either you're not qualified for or that are already scams or ghost posts, whatever. Just really quality over quantity. So in any job board, just don't stick to the same two. Don't stick to just those popular ones. Use any, just don't stick to one because you're going to miss out on a bunch of jobs. So by doing that.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Okay. Now, you mentioned scams, so you don't want to be mass applying.
Yep. They're everywhere.
What would you say are maybe some key ways for people to recognize some scam jobs?
Yep. Pay attention if they're asking for money. Pay attention to how quick the turnaround is. Look at the email. They should have your name, address you by your name. Hey, Amanda, I noticed you applied, blah, blah, blah. Most have signatures in the profile stuff at the bottom. Most companies do. If they don't have some of that information, I'd be a little bit skeptical and just go double check your work. Go through the company page, see if the job's there. Go through LinkedIn, look at that person's profile, see if the logos match. Make sure that they look at their comments because sometimes they'll say, hiring now, come here, da, 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 da. If it looks like that, scam. Be mindful. Yeah. So those are ginormous red flags that are pretty common. So, and I've had several clients get scammed out of money.
So is that what they typically scam people out of, is getting money from them?
Yep. Yeah. I don't know anything else that they would be scammed out of, but yeah. Or their personal information.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Now, can you share some success stories of job seekers you've worked with and how you helped them land their dream job?
So funny, craziest one I've been able to do. I had a guy that worked at Pizza Hut and I was able to get him a job in cybersecurity. So again, we didn't put, so like Pizza Hut, they have their corporate name on like all their W-2 paperwork and all of their, like paychecks and stuff. So it was like something incorporated. We're not going to put Pizza Hut on there because someone's going to be stupid and discriminate, be like, why is this guy from Pizza Hut trying to do cybersecurity? So we changed the company name. You can abbreviate your company name too if you don't want it to be discriminated against because, I mean, you just abbreviated it. It's okay. And we only spoke to anything he learned in his certifications that he did for Google cybersecurity work. So he was a good one. I did a teacher to a recruiter. I've done teachers to HR. And again, it's just all speaking to only those things that they've done in that type of field that they wanted to get into. So yeah, super cool. And it's always crazy because they really don't think I can do it. I'm like, just watch. I got you, girl.
Okay. Any other success stories that stand out to you that you can share with us?
So actually recently I had 2 graduates. One had just graduated and 3 weeks after. So 2 weeks because it was 14 days. Yeah, 14 days. Good math, Charles. She got an interview just after graduating. And then, because we started working together before then and got all of her stuff together. Then another one, she had been looking after she graduated a year ago. She just came to me and we got her an interview in 12 days. So I don't promise it, but majority of my clients have been able to get at least the interview in 90 days or less. But it's with using the tools I give you and really being dedicated to actually getting it done. So I give you everything you need. I can't hold your hand, but I give you everything you need. And then literally I give you all the steps. I give you everything, the connection messages, the everything. So you just have to do the work.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. And how do you support them through this mentally?
So it is, I'm here to vent. I'm here to cry. I'm here, whatever you need. It doesn't matter. But I'd say I have a lot of clients that just need the confidence back. So just showing them and pulling that back out of them, like, bitch, don't let these companies make you think that you're not worth something, because you obviously are. So doing that, keeping in contact, having them let me know if they need anything. And if we need to re-strategize, if like 90 days come and you're like, Charles, I can't get anything, we're going to talk about it, figure out what else we need to do. So just being there is actually a lot of my testimonials that I'm getting from people, is just being there, helping them get their confidence back, and just being kind. So, because people need that right now. It's a shit show out here. So just fucking be nice. It's free.
Sure. I love that.
Yeah.
And that's fucking facts. Yeah. Have you heard of a man named Jay Shetty?
Yes. Is he an Indian dude, blue eyes?
Yes.
I love him. He's so nice. Yeah. So
have you met him?
No, bitch, no. I just know him because I've seen him everywhere on TikTok and YouTube and stuff. But his stuff is so true.
My naive ass. You said he's so nice. It sounds like he was your fucking friend.
Crap. I only wish.
Why?
I only wish. No, he's I love what he does for people. And I think for me, being able to do what I love and knowing that I'm making this kind of difference in people's lives sounds cheesy as shit, but it genuinely makes me love what I do. So it's very hard to step away and like give myself a break. But I'm like, I just want to help. I know this is going to help her or him or whatever. So, and I literally have been in the middle of Walmart crying with a client, actually several. So when they call me, I'm like, let's go. It's exciting. It's like a giant, relief, because having a job literally is what makes you able to live life and do things, because you have to have money, sadly. So, yeah, so it's really exciting. Bella, I need you to go lie down. I have a cat. Sorry. Anyway, she's needy.
So you have heard of Jay Shetty, and he has a podcast called On Purpose. Yes. And now, if he does every episode with this, but he ends most of his podcasts with 2 segments, and I've started incorporating them on my podcast. Yay. So the first segment is called The Many Sides to Us. There's 5 questions, and they need to be answered with 1 word each.
Okay. Oh, shit. Okay. Go ahead.
And you can't repeat the word.
Okay, period. Okay, go off, queen.
1. What is 1 word someone who was meeting you for the first time would use to describe you?
Passionate.
2. What is 1 word someone who knows you extremely well would use to describe you?
Okay, wait, can I take that back then? I was gonna say, okay, I'd switch them. Bubbly for the first one, passionate for the second.
Is that not how this works? You can't.
Okay, remind me again. So then, what is the second question? What would someone who first meets you?
The second one is someone who knows you extremely well.
I guess bubbly then. That's fine.
You sound so upset.
Because I wanted the first one. It's okay.
Okay, you can switch.
Switch. Period. Thank you. Okay, go off again. I'm writing it down so I don't forget.
3. What is 1 word you'd use to describe yourself?
This is, I feel like this needs to be 1 word. Is love, I love hard. That is technically, let's say that's just 1 we're combining it because I do. I love hard and I care a lot about people, family, friends, whoever, doesn't matter. I will literally just help anybody. Walmart, if I hear somebody talking about something, I'm like, girl, listen, I know, I wanted to let you know. And my fiance and my brothers and sisters are all like, Chelsea, they didn't ask. I'm like, but they said thanks because they never knew that and they'll use it. So, but yeah, I love people hard. So.
You talk to random people in Walmart when you...
I sure fucking do. I will butt in. If it's something I know about and I want to give them a fact, I'll be like, actually, I just heard your conversation. Sorry. They'll think it.
Do you have an example? Because I'm so curious right now.
Well, no, I was at Dollar Tree and I heard a girl say something about a background check. I was like, hey, guess what? I'm a career coach. Just want to let you know, don't worry about your background check. Were you guys talking about that? And they're like, yeah, I was. And I was like, period. See, thank you. I told you I can do that and people appreciate it. So I started talking about what I do. So that way they know. Hot mess.
Number 4. What is one word that if someone who didn't like you or agree with your mindset would use to describe you?
I mean, wouldn't everybody be like, you're a bitch? I don't know. If someone didn't like me, what would they say? I'm telling you, I don't know anybody that, period. No. Aggressive, maybe? Not aggressive, no. What was it? Not aggressive. Yeah, actually, we'll go with aggressive because I can be. My sister says I can be sometimes about stuff. So.
Oh my gosh. Okay. What is one word that you're embodying right now?
What does that mean? Like who I am and what I'm trying to be or is that what you mean?
Yeah.
One word of what I'm trying to embody. Grace.
Okay. Now the second segment is the final 5. And there's 5 questions and they can be answered in a sentence.
Okay, thank God. Bitch, I talk a lot, clearly. So, sorry.
Number 1. Okay. What is the best advice you've heard or received?
What is the best advice that I've ever heard or received? Other than, let me think. Run life at your own pace. That's actually a tattoo I have, so it's a quote and a great piece of advice. Fuck everybody. Do your shit at your own time and don't worry about everybody else and what they're doing, especially in the job field too. There's no race. There's no reason to, well, right now there's a fucking race, but stop comparing yourself to other people and where they are in their lives. Run your life at your own pace. You'll be okay. Also this is sort of one. What is for you will never miss you. So that's actually kind of the same thing, but yeah. So I would say that's a good one. 2, sorry.
Okay. Number 2. What is the worst advice you've heard or received?
Worst advice I've ever heard? Worst advice? Worst advice. The worst advice I've ever gotten. Girl, I got ADHD. Don't do this. So, like, what? My coping mechanism is to forget everything. So there's that. Shit. Worst advice that someone's ever given to me. You know what? Trust men, bitch. No. Trust a man. That's what I'm going with. Say I'm wrong, bitch.
Why is that the worst advice you've heard?
'Cause why? I'm just kidding. I'm engaged. But don't trust most men. He's a good man, Sabella. So, yeah. That's a terrible piece of advice. Men rule the world. What are we doing? Do you see what's going on? It's in flames. Don't trust men. That is so funny.
Why is that the worst piece of advice?
Because why trust a man?
Why? That's the worst piece of advice.
Because men are crazy. Not me saying this. You have men listeners, and I apologize, but we all know how crappy men are. And it's a good portion. Just saying. Just saying. Sorry to all your men that are listening right now. Not girls, gays, and days, though. So we're good. Sorry. Anyway, next one.
Okay, then. We got a fan of the men. On that note, 3. What is something that you used to value that you no longer value?
One thing I used to value that I no longer value. I would say probably, God, I don't know. Something I used to value. I would say maybe materialistic things would be the best thing. Like I used to, I mean, this isn't necessarily materialistic, but like I used to just care about, are my nails done? Do I have the nicest clothes? Do I have all of this? I don't give a fuck anymore, /value /care if I have all of these things that everybody else has. I'm happy. That's all that matters. And I don't need anybody else to tell me whether or not I should be happy with the things I have or not. Fuck you. I don't care. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe it happens when you start to get into your 30s. I'm 28. I'm getting there. The wrinkles is coming, bitch. They're coming.
Oh, God.
Is it really am I the drama? I'm not the drama. Have you heard that TikTok?
No.
Okay. I'll send it to you. Go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
If you could describe what you would want your legacy to be as if someone were reading it, what would you want it to say?
Oh. If someone was reading my legacy, I think I would go to those first 5 questions that I was passionate, gave a lot of people grace, and always wanted to do what I can to help them in their lives. I'd say, yeah, I would say that. And that I made people smile and that I was just a really fucking nice person, because I am, but not to stupid bitches, because don't say stupid stuff. Like corporate people. Sorry.
The way you started that, I thought was really cool. How you connected these section words. I was like, okay, she's pretty cool. And you're like, I'm fucking nice except for just shitty people.
Because this life's too short. Don't be an asshole. It's too short.
I say that all the time.
Cause ew. Just, what are you doing? Like, that's ghetto. Don't be mean. I'm ridiculous. So,
I love that.
Yeah.
Number 5. If you could create one law in the world that everybody had to follow, what would it be? And I want to know why.
One law that everybody had to... I would genuinely go back to saying be nice. And if you don't have any fucking thing nice to say, don't say it. People, we don't... Like, we get enough shit in our lives that you could literally just make or break someone by one comment. Social media, in person, whatever. Mind your shit. Don't say anything stupid. You don't know that person. You have no idea what's going on in their lives. Just be fucking nice or shut up. You don't have to say nothing. It's free. It really is free to just be quiet or be kind. Call it a day. So that would be my law. That's what I would do.
I love it.
President.
I completely agree with that, though. Growing up, my grandma used to always say to me, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Even as a kid to other kids, like, just don't be mean. Don't pick on each other. Just shut up. Just say nothing.
It's worse now, I feel like. So I'm like, everybody thinks that they can say something. And I'm like, bitch, no, you don't. You don't have to say that. Be quiet. So, yeah. I love those questions, though.
Well, thank you. Now, I do have one more question for you. Personal question.
Okay.
If you had the attention of the entire world for 5 minutes, what would you say?
Fuck bitches, get money. No, I'm just kidding. Like, attention to, can we just be, just like, have you heard the song Where's the Love by Black Eyed Peas? Have you heard that?
No.
What's wrong with the world, mama? People even like, okay, anyway.
Is it?
Oh, how old are you? 47. Oh, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, that is an old song I was listening to.
I listen to podcasts. So I don't have any reference when it comes to TV shows, movies, and very minimal music. I'm a podcast kind of gal.
Period, though.
And I read some books or I listen to audiobooks.
Yeah, I've been trying, man. But yeah, the Where's the Love, because you see we have all the stuff that's happening with Palestine, Gaza, whatever, if I'm not mistaken, or just the wars going on, sorry, because I don't want to misspeak. But it's, how did we get here? How did we get to such a terrible spot where we're literally okay seeing people have children, their heads decapitated? How did that happen? Why are we not coming together as human beings and giving each other just that grace and knowing that we're just all humans having we're all souls having a human experience, I think is the way to say it. So just what the fuck happened? Why is this? Yeah, I don't know how else to, but just why are we at this point? How did we get so lost in life right now? So get your shit together and let's just get this shit figured out and calm down. Everybody needs to calm down. That's what I would say. 5 minutes. Yeah, that's the best I got.
Okay. No, well, thank you. I appreciate it. Now, is there anything else you want to share with the listeners? Any final words of wisdom for them?
I'd say my best words of wisdom is to go down my rabbit hole on TikTok. Not me promoting myself, but yeah, go down my playlist. I give you almost everything you need to know. The only thing you don't get from my TikToks is me being there with you. So through the entire job search. And just, yeah. So, yeah. Go off, queens. Okay. Also, don't let anybody tell you can't get a job that you want. Sorry. That's all I got.
Okay. Man, awesome. And now where else besides TikTok can the listeners connect with you?
LinkedIn. I live, breathe, eat, sleep on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is just Chelsea Davis with 2 stars, 1 at the beginning, 1 at the end, and 2 pink flowers. 1 at the beginning, 1 at the end of my name.
Sounds good. And I will link all of that in the show notes for you guys to click directly. And thank you so much for being here and joining me. I really appreciate it.
No, anytime, girl. You know where I am. I loved it. I had a lot of fun. Thank you, too.
Me too. Oh, of course. And thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Mando's Mindset.